Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Prissy. So today I'm going to be cooking dinner. It's going to be light and simple. So right here I have a big pack of chicken breasts, and I also have some asparagus, and I also have some garlic and herb potatoes that do have the garlic seasoning with it. Does also have directions on how to cook it. I will be showing that later on in this video. This knife that you see sitting on my cutting board, that is a brand new knife that my husband bought. It was actually a knife set that he bought for me. It was a Valentine's gift, and I absolutely do love these knives. They come in like different colors, so you will be seeing me use a few of those. So I did go ahead and rinse off my chicken breasts and dry them. So right here, what you're going to be seeing me do is basically trim a little bit of that fat that you see. Right here, what you're gonna see me do is basically cut the chicken breast in half, like kind of butterfly it almost, but I'm not gonna like leave it whole like that. I did go ahead and like cut them down the middle once I did go ahead and cut them in half. So next, what you're going to see me do is basically season the chicken breast. I did use onion powder, garlic powder, seasoning oil, a pinch of salt, and black pepper. And lastly, I did go in with some chicken bouillon and kind of press that into the chicken. Okay, so right here at this next part where you're going to see all of that bouillon just drop in one place, y'all, I had grabbed a spoon to basically try to put the bouillon on the other side because I had already been touching the chicken and I didn't want to put my hand inside of the jar, nor like pick it up with it. So I had to sneeze and I had the spoon in my hand, and when I turned my head to the side and I looked, I saw all of the bouillon basically wasting one spot. So right here, what I'm doing is basically pressing the seasoning into that chicken. This step is key. So it basically helps the seasoning stick on the chicken. Now, some people do use a binder. I did not use a binder at all. I just basically made sure that my chicken was very well dry, and once I seasoned it with everything, I just went ahead and I made sure that I patted in really, really well, and it will stick to it, and it did. So I really do not know how long I cooked the chicken breast for. I know that I did cook it long enough for it to be well done and cooked thoroughly. And I did go in and like flip it over a few times, like, you know, just to make sure that I get some more of the brownness on the chicken. Let's get into this asparagus. Oh my goodness, I love asparagus, y'all. I love asparagus. So I forgot what those numbers on the tag mean. It was a video I saw, and I know it said if it starts with one number, it's organic. If it's another one, then so forth and so forth. But I did go ahead and rinse my asparagus off. This is a second knife that was in the knife set that you're going to see me use. And the instructions right here is just basically for some lemon parmesan asparagus. And I was just reading the directions at this point. Basically, you know, just telling me to place it in the oven on 400 degrees. But of course, I preheated my oven to 375 because not all ovens are the same. So anytime I do have some cooking directions and something may tell me 400 degrees in the oven, I'll take mine down a notch and basically put it on 375. So this is me showing you the knife that also came with the set, as I said. I really was going to cook the asparagus in a pan, but I did decide to try it in the oven this time. So I did take one of my small pans that I have and just basically put some aluminum foil over it, so that I can, you know, put it in the oven. So I do cut a good portion of the bottom of the asparagus off. And then, of course, I just laid it in the pan. going to go in with my seasonings because, you know, we got to give that asparagus some flavor. So here I'm going to drizzle it with some olive oil. And also I went in with some garlic powder, a pinch of salt, and black pepper. Of course, I have to mix it to make sure that I incorporate the oil and those seasonings very well. And I did pop this in the oven. As I said, I preheated my oven to about 375. I popped it in the oven for about maybe 15 minutes. If you do, cook your asparagus in the oven, make sure that you do adjust your oven temperature to whatever temperature is best for you. Just like I said, all ovens aren't the same. Some do cook faster than others. So, just make sure that you do keep an eye on it when you do have it in the oven. And I had to set a timer for me. So, yeah. So this is me just taking the chicken breast out of the pan, and I did let it sit on my cutting board and basically let it rest, especially so some of that oil could have dripped off of it. Let's get into these garden herb fresh bite-sized potatoes. So I'm going to be showing you the instructions on the back of it, and basically that is exactly how I did cook it. That is the herb seasoning that comes with the potatoes. Now, Once I did take this off, I basically went ahead, put it in the microwave oven for about 6 minutes. And as you can see, it's the yellow and red potatoes, or golden and red potatoes, whichever term you prefer to say. But this is the seasoning packet that came with it. The asparagus was done. I let this cook for about 15 minutes. Look how beautiful that is, and well seasoning. You can see the seasoning. And I did go in with some lemon juice that I had, and I just put like a few drops of the lemon juice on it, not too much, because I didn't want it to overpower the seasoning, of course. And this asparagus was delicious. Everything was a whole meal. And that's just me showing the recipe that came with the asparagus. So back to these potatoes. This is a stick of butter that I'm going to be using for the potatoes, not the whole stick, only 2 tablespoons. And this is the Imperial butter that I use. I love those butter sticks. So the instructions say, and of course it's hot, so you have to be very careful when taking it out because it was extremely hot. And what I'm going to be doing is peeling back just a corner of it. I did measure it. Thankfully, the butter sticks do have the tablespoons of butter measurements on it. So I just basically measure off 2 tablespoons and I just basically cut it in like 3 portions. And that's another one of the knives from my knife set that I got from Bay. Thank you, love. And that's where I'm going to be cutting off the 2 tablespoons of butter. So I cut it up into 3 portions, and then once I peeled back a corner of this, I put all 3 of those in there. And I also put in the herb seasoning as well. And just in case, you know, you could be wondering if the potatoes like are gonna be fully cooked, those potatoes were fully cooked. And also the instructions say once you put everything in there to basically just close it back up and shake it up. You're going to see me do that also. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your potatoes. Shake your potatoes. Shake them potatoes, girl. Y'all, I was shaking them potatoes. I'm telling you. 'Cause them things was so good. All right, guys, so my meal is completed. I have my pan-seared chicken breast, my asparagus, and my garden herb potatoes. And this is just the plating that I did. I also went in and basically cut the chicken up into strips like that, just so that it wouldn't be too difficult to basically try to cut it up and eat it. And I do want to thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this video. Drop a comment below. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any videos in the future. Thank you guys so much. Bye.